Buenos dias. I am Kristin Grayce McGary, live from beautiful Costa Rica, and I am currently isolating myself in my home in the jungle, spending time on the river and working remotely, seeing patients remotely. And I'm committed to sharing this series on Facebook with you. I would like to address a lot of issues that are being brought up to me in my patient sessions and in the conversations I'm having remotely with friends and family and community members here, because I believe that it's important for all of us to stay connected, and I want to be of service. I want to help during this time and empower you during this time, because people are coming to me with a lot of struggles and stress. And so today, I'd like to address what a patient brought up to me yesterday in session. And she said something really important, and it reminded me of something I want to share with you. She said, "When will this get back to normal? When will all of this go away and we can go back to normal life?" And my question in that was, well, what is really normal anyway? I see what we're all going through globally and individually as an opportunity. And I'm not so sure that going back to normal is in our highest best interest. And so what I'm proposing is the opportunity to sit with this question: what is your normal, and do we want to go back to something, or do we want to move forward into something new and even better? Can we use the opportunity of this viral outbreak and enforced isolation, quarantines, closed borders, can we use this as an opportunity to upgrade? And instead of going back to a new normal, can we create something even better, something more vibrant in our own physical bodies, but also in our relationships, in our communities? This is a question I want to pose to you. Are you ready to upgrade? Rather than going back to an old way of being, are you ready to step into a new way of being? And how could that be of greater service to yourself, your family, your community, your business, sharing your passions with the world? So I'll invite you to contemplate this for a bit, and please share with me what comes up. I'm curious. I know for me, I am wanting to step into something new, something even unknown, and opening into the mystery of that unknown feels exciting to me. I understand for some people it can feel really scary, and that's okay. I'm implementing different tools to work with the fear. And that brings me to my second topic that I would like to touch on today, and that is fear. I read something that someone wrote on a post that I did on Facebook, and she said she was very afraid because her parents are elderly and they're already sick. And so what can she do because she's so afraid? And I think that many of us right now have fears around different topics, situations. I had a fear that I've been working with around the healthcare system buckling under the weight of so many people getting sick, and will there be enough ventilators, and will there be enough beds in the ICU, and what can I do to do my part to help in this global situation? And so I felt these waves of fear. Will people be taken care of? Will people die unnecessarily because they couldn't reach medical care because the beds were all clogged up? And so as I've worked with my own fear, I've been able to transmute it and then share what worked with me to other people. So I'd like to do that today. So one of my tricks and tools for working with fear, rather than pushing it away or allowing it to spin out in our minds of all of the future thinking of, well, what if this coulda, shoulda, coulda happened, well, if I should do this, then this could happen, all of that. Instead of doing that, instead of suppressing it, or comfort eating, or over-exercising, or complaining to a friend, what if we use this as a different kind of opportunity and we get to know the fear as if it was a friend? And we interview the fear as if we would interview someone in our business for a position in our business. What if we go inside our physical body and identify where in our physical bodies do we feel fear? Is it in your chest? Do this now with me, please. Is it in your chest, your shoulder, your big toe? Where do you feel fear in your physical body? Just notice the quality, the sensation. Does it have a color or a shape or a sound? Take a deep breath and feel where it is in your physical body. When I connect to fear, I feel it in my solar plexus, and I feel a tightening. It's like a knot in my body. And rather than pushing it away, together, let's go into it. So when I go into that tight ball in my solar plexus, the color I see is black. So just note the color or shape that you see. There's no right or wrong. Just do your very best. So as I see that black color, I'm going to go into the epicenter of it. I'm going to muster the courage that I need to go into the center of it. So I invite you, I'm here with you, go into the center of the fear in your physical body and look around as if you've just entered a room. What's in that room of fear? Do you get an image? Do you hear someone's voice? Do you see a parent? Do you get a flashback of a memory of a painful situation? Usually, when we go to the center of fear, it takes us to our past. More often than not, the fear we currently feel, whether it's about a virus or getting sick or our parents dying, is usually not 100% based on the current moment. It's usually been informed by something in our past. So if nothing comes to you, that's okay. But if it does, be with it with love, be gentle with yourself, and just observe. See if you can separate yourself and observe that situation, observe that memory with a little more distance, feeling into it. Sending so much love for yourself that went through that painful situation that caused you to feel very, very afraid. And so I'll share what's coming up for me is many, many, many years ago, I was very, very sick. And I didn't get the kind of medical care that I really deserved. And it wasn't because I didn't try. It was because the doctors I kept going to didn't understand autoimmune diseases and didn't understand how to find it to diagnose it, didn't understand how to look for the roots of what was going on for me. And it was really scary. And I felt powerless and out of control. And so that old fear has fueled the current fear that I was feeling about the healthcare system buckling under the weight of so many people getting sick. So just notice if you can make a connection for yourself between something in your past, something in that room of fear, and trace it back to the fear you may be experiencing now. See if you can link it. As we link it, we start to heighten our awareness. And when we do that, it begins to release the grip that the fear had on us, both from the past and the present. Just to help complete this piece, I'd like us to go back, I'd like you to go back to that room of fear and whatever was there for you. I'd like to give you a couple other tips that I use with my own patients and myself when we're in a situation in this reconnection to an old fear piece. If that piece is a younger part of you, which often it is, identify the age. Identify where she was in the world, in her life. What was going on in his or her situation. And then, doing your very best, your adult self, the part of you that's connected to your higher truth. Some people may say connected to God, or Yahweh, or the cosmos, or the field of oneness, or nature. Whatever feels best to you, bring that part in as if you're a parent. And you're going to parent this part of yourself. How maybe he or she wasn't parented back then. Maybe this part of you needs comfort, a hug. Maybe he or she needs to be brought out of the situation, out of the room of fear, and allowed to play safely somewhere else. Maybe is handing this person, using your imagination, handing this younger part of you a teddy bear. Whatever feels best to you as a parent to meet the needs of that younger part of you that was very afraid because he or she didn't have control of the situation either. And perhaps the people around you didn't have very good tools to deal with what was going on. Everyone was doing their very best, and sometimes it sucks. So be with that younger part of you. Parent that younger part of you. Be gentle to that younger part of you. And when it feels right, let that part of you hear that you'll be back to check on him or her. And then commit to yourself for the next few days. Take 2 minutes, 5 minutes to sit quietly with yourself and reconnect to that younger part of you. And show up in that parent role and allow that part of you to grow up and be integrated. And when it feels complete, take that part of you in your arms, in your imagination, and let him or her dissolve into your heart and bring that part of you back to your wholeness. So that's my tip today on working with fear and the unknown. I hope that this helps and inspires you to sit quietly for a few minutes over the next few days and explore all the aspects of fear that are coming up for you and transmute them with love and compassion for yourself and for those around you. I look forward to Facebook Live tomorrow. I am committed to doing this every single day with you. And please share your comments. If you're watching this later, please let me hear that and share questions you may have or particular health topics. I have a blog coming out tomorrow on what to do if you are infected with the coronavirus or other viruses or flus going around. Please stay tuned for that. You can read about it, read the blog, on my website, which is guthappyketo.com. So tomorrow, look out for that blog on how to treat the coronavirus. I go through natural antivirals that were found to be very successful with SARS, which is in the same family as the coronavirus. And I also go into pharmaceuticals that were very successful. I go into different foods, herbal supplements, homeopathics, etc. So I hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you tomorrow on my next Facebook Live. Please leave comments and questions. Many blessings for a beautiful day. Bye for now.